The Bold and the Beautiful saboteurs set off a bombshell in the Forrester clan as the long-simmering tensions surrounding Xendi finally come to a head. Long considered the black sheep, he has suffered from his family's indifference and neglect for too long. But now his ill-fated tryst with Forrester's golden child girlfriend threatens to unravel the fragile family relationship. For Xendi, the consequences of his actions go beyond mere disapproval. They represent a profound betrayal of trust and a disregard for his own sense of identity within the Forrester dynasty. With Eric's frustration as patriarch grows as his once affectionate concern for Xendi is tarnished by transgressions against his son. Eric's decision to terminate Xendi's employment served as a damning final indictment of his perceived shortcomings. Caught in a tidal wave of family discord, Xendi finds himself struggling with conflicting emotions of anger, resentment, and a gnawing sense of injustice. No longer content to be pushed into the darkness, he confronts Eric with a fierce, unbridled fury that boils over into a violent confrontation. Xendi's pent-up frustration explodes, culminating in a shocking act of aggression as he attacks Eric in a blind rage. He strangled Eric until he was about to suffocate. Fortunately, Donna appeared and stopped this murder attempt. Xendi's departure from the scene marks the beginning of a tumultuous journey filled with uncertainty and danger. As the specter of legal consequences grows, Xendi finds himself trapped in a web of his own making, his promising future overshadowed by the specter of impending doom. Will he find a path to redemption amid the rubble of broken relationships, or will he succumb to the weight of his own regret? Only time will tell as he grapples with the consequences of his impulsive actions. The harrowing journey into darkness of Poppy, whose grief over the loss of her daughter Luna threatens to engulf her in the treacherous embrace of addiction. Despite being the one who caused her own downfall, Poppy finds herself drawn into the murky underworld of drugs. Haunted by the specter of her daughter's tragic death, she attempts to ease the pain of her loss, only to add to her suffering. She now finds herself irresistibly drawn into drugs' seductive embrace, seeking refuge from the relentless feelings of guilt and regret that torment her every waking moment. The very drugs that affirm Luna's innocence now serve as a grim reminder of the depths into which Poppy fell, their bitter taste a poignant echo of the tragedy that irrevocably changed her life. With Luna's departure from town exacerbating Poppy's feelings of isolation and despair, she finds herself increasingly dependent on the false promises of chemical oblivion. Yet even as Poppy's addiction tightens its suffocating grip, she finds herself facing the disparaging gazes of those who once held her in high esteem. For Lee, Poppy's spiral into addiction represented a betrayal of the trust that once bound them as a family. Unable to stand by when his cousins succumbed to the allure of drugs, Lee had no choice but to act decisively, deciding to banish Poppy from a town as clear indictment of the depths she'd fallen into.